The war of the whales is upon us, and this is just the beginning. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I feel is necessary to protect oneself, things to be concerned about, and also things to ignore so that you don't get swept up in the FUD. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for liking, for sharing, and especially your comments. Let's get into this, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And the reason why I am saying here War of the Whales, and this just resonated so much, was because of a comment from Thinking Out Loud on Crypto Angel Network here on the recent video that I did on 4 crypto tokens to hodl for going through 2021 and beyond. So let me just go ahead and show you this. So they said, Thinking Out Loud said, we are in the institutional buy zone from a few months ago. I think the price has been worked down to this point so some major whale competitors can try to shake each other out. We might see some more huge drops and huge pumps from here around this price zone. It could be a war of the whales for a bit. And this, again, this really, really stood out to me. I go for, when I'm making decisions within the market, I go for a combination of technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and most important for me, gut analysis. Now, some people say they're of the ilk of, no, you can't trust your gut because of the volatility. You have to just go with the numbers. I disagree with that, in that I think really it's a key of using a fusion of those three things. If you are grounded, if you are centered, if you feel clear within yourself, then you can trust your gut instinct. But if you are feeling fearful, then definitely when you get an intuition, it could just be fear that is speaking. And the other thing is with technical analysis, what we're seeing is when I hear certain traders online, bless them, say, oh, exactly as I predicted. But that prediction is we could be at 45,000 with Bitcoin, or we could be at 25,000. And whichever that number it lands upon from the Fibonacci, it's, oh, see, it was perfect. I was absolutely correct. So I can't, that's why I just feel that it's important to not do anything right now, especially if you are new to crypto. If you are just coming across Crypto Angel Network, if you are totally new to trading, and this is not investment advice, but I personally, I would not do anything. I would just wait for things to calm down a bit. And to be honest with you, I mean, nothing's really going to calm down over the next few months. This is going to be a crazy roller coaster. I was having a conversation with my dad this morning, and then he sent me through Barclays Bank from the UK, their wealth management report, and it referred to what's happening in the markets right now as a white knuckle roller coaster ride, and it really is that. But something interesting they were saying is that there were advantages to, if you were okay with going into something extremely high risk, that there were potential gains to be made, and just not to put more than 1 to 3% of one's entire net worth of whatever one would do in a portfolio into an investment within the crypto space. So let me just go back here to, I just want to go back to some of the comments here that we had within the space. And hang on a second. I like what Kuchi Sensei said here as well. So the whole market looks the same, because I was saying in one of my last videos, I was saying, why do the charts, why does everything look totally the same? And this is his answer. So the whole market looks the same, probably because people are increasing the overall sell volume to buy in lower. It's like hopping off the downward trend to rebuy more lower, probably. Or people are emotional and sell to cut their losses and go into fiat. He says, I sold a bit of a position at a loss to take advantage of the Bitcoin fire sale. I've already covered my impermanent loss that I made permanent because I've broken even in the 1 day since yesterday. Haha. And now my Bitcoin position is higher than it was at any other time this year. So I basically saw this week as the Black Friday of crypto sales, and I sold what I could and YOLO'd into a Bitcoin screen TV for really cheap. I reached my long-term Bitcoin holding goal and broke even all in 1 week. So, a reminder here that of all the people that got wrecked this week, of the 775,000 traders that suffered, they were leveraged trading, margin trading. And unless you are a super amazing trader, one of the channels that I follow who will not resonate with the majority of hodlers is Cameron Foose. I think that he gives excellent analysis, and he did see the market crash coming. He had gone onto the sidelines. I personally, I've tried bits of swing trading, day trading, and it was fine a few months ago. It worked, and most of my trades were profitable. But now at this point, I am doing absolutely nothing. I am just sitting tight, and I'm just going to hold on. I personally do not believe that we are I don't feel like we have entered into a bear market. I could be totally wrong. I just feel that things are, for maybe the next few weeks, there's going to be a lot more being shaken up and shaken out. A lot of what is happening right now, people are just absolutely terrified. And then you just look at all the news narrative that is out there. But I have felt before this crash happened, and like I said, I've been sitting with this for the last few days. I feel that where are we going to be at in October? Where are we going to be at in December? When we look at Bitcoin, when we look at Ethereum, when we look at Harmony, when we look at VeChain, when we look at Polygon, when we look at Theta, Chainlink, any of these projects with Cardano, Solana, projects with strong fundamentals, Polkadot, Kusama, that the price is going to be considerably higher than it is now. I just don't see a bear market. This is like on my gut instinct, and maybe my gut instinct's going to be totally off, but I don't. I have sat quietly. I've meditated upon this. I've watched a lot of stuff and read a lot of stuff out there. I've been doing my due diligence, and I keep coming back to, I feel that this is manipulation. This is a shakeout. There is going to be some more shaking out. This is why I think Thinking Out Loud, who said the whales, this war of the whales. I mean, that's a brilliant way to put it. And so later on this year, I believe that if one just holds, unless you're someone that you're experienced with the swing trading, day trading, then go right ahead, and there will be gains to be made to ride up in the market. But I just do not believe this is a bear market. I just don't feel like it's here yet. I anticipate bear market coming sometime later on in 2022 and definitely 2023, because of there is an elephant in the room, and that is that there is a massive amount of corruption going on within the space that is being investigated. And I know it happens across the board in all financial markets, but the regulations that people have already been arrested, but I think there's a lot more that is going to be coming when some of these trials hit in 2022. And things are going to go and level out. I still feel that 2021 is going to be a year where this is the last year to be able to make those exponential gains, but going in heavy into a certain token, I would say. And if you saw my video on the 4 tokens to hodl, and there's a number of other tokens as well. The way I would look at it, if I was totally new to cryptocurrency coming to the space and I was going to go and do something, is I would just pick some projects with extremely strong fundamentals to go into and then go, okay, hold those for 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years. Just hold them, and that they will grow over a period of time. But to look for these short-term gains when you have professional trading desks, you're competing against people with software who are plugging into these exchanges that can just wipe you out. And this is now, the longer I'm in the space, the more I research, I go, this is really scary. I don't want to compete with that. I am still in some meme tokens, and in the long run, some of them I think will prevail, like Shiba will prevail. But I also think that there's just, I don't want to stand in the long run. And this goes back to, I don't like the what's going on with US dollar tether still. That still sits uneasy with me. And another thing that, because I heard BitBoy talking about this today. There are two things here. One, where I don't understand how you can have a specific date, and you let me know in the comments what you think, but it's like, well, the bull runs over on September 28th, 2021. I mean, how do we know that? How is that so? Is that just because of looking at something on historical data and the stock to flow model? What is it? How can one be so certain of that certain date? If that's the case and people have access to on-chain software and September the 28th, well, people who are really in the know are going to go, well, I'm going to sell a month earlier. And then other people are going to go, well, if that's September the 28th, I should get out August 28th. And then someone else will go, well, because if it's August 28th, then I better be 2 months ahead and really not take the risk on that. So I'm going to get out July 28th. Like, what is it then? I mean, when I intuitively look, I go, December 2021, what do I see? I imagine Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these tokens are going to be considerably higher. So I just don't understand how September 28th is going to be the top of the bull run, that we would then be going into a full-on bear market. I resonate with what Elliot, and I don't get me wrong, I love BitBoy's channel. I think he's brilliant. So many good things, but that particular thinking, it just doesn't, and maybe he's going to be right. I'm not feeling that. I like what Elios Trade says about this super cycle. And I imagine that I can just see December 2021, January, that we have all-time highs across the board on a number of tokens. Then there will be some pullback in January, February, I'm sort of going like February 2022, and then there will be like another run up again. And then I feel like that bear market is going to start to come around if some of these big hearings that are happening, where they're going after big players from crypto who have, with these criminal activities, who've turned themselves in, that if those trials are starting in March, I think by June at the latest, 2022, there is going to be more of a bear market setting in. But is the whole market going to be cut back, where I've heard in the past it goes down, altcoins go down 90%? I don't know if it's going to be that much. The coins that have no fundamentals, that are just sort of like, I covered the other day and I talked about Feg coin, or you've just got these tokens coming out that there's too many things coming out, just how they had the ICOs in 2017, all these different liquidity pools. It's just too much. It's too many exchanges, too many different type of things. There's going to be too many animal tokens, too many doggy tokens. Shiba will prevail, Dogecoin will prevail, maybe a couple of other animal tokens. But I think a lot of them are going to go by the wayside, and we're going to have to come all the way back to the fundamentals of these projects. So that's what I think the bigger picture is going to look like, and that's why right now I'm going to just sit tight with things. And I know a number of people here in the Crypto Angel Network community who have been in the space, and many of you have been doing the trading and in the space much longer than me, that I understand that you are hodling as well. And I just wanted to share some of the, from that video I did on hodling, some of the tokens that you are in here. Hang on a sec, let me make my screen a little bit brighter. And an interesting, Ray Clamacco said, yeah, Coinbase was offline at 3 a.m. This just is scary, that just knowing even that Coinbase wasn't online. I know that I couldn't, like, you couldn't do things on Gate.io. It was crazy. Is it on this video? No, that was on my other video. Hang on a sec. Let me go back. I want to just show some of the, I just want to show some of what you shared here on your picks of what you would hodl. So Harmony, Polygon, Sasuke says here, Seller Network, and Polkadot. And let's see, we got Harmony 1. Let me just see what else. Top pick, Kenneth Moore said, would be Cardano. Second pick would be Persistence, XPRT. Absolutely, Persistence is a big one that is connected with Polygon. Third would be Theta, T-Fuel, and last would be Shiba Inu. So that's like a really interesting mix of more sort of secure projects with fundamentals, and then the really, really high risk stuff. The high risk stuff being Shiba Inu. It was interesting as well that Kenneth said most people will laugh at Shiba Inu, but the masses and the Chinese billionaires behind it will ensure this gets over a penny in time. Already half the supply nearly gone, and probably more since are burning left and right following Vitalik's lead. It's almost cult-like. Shiba Swap coming, where you can stake for bone. Exactly. It's a meme coin, but it will make people rich. Well, we'll see. Probably will be listed on Robinhood. I know there's been a petition going around for that. And let's see. Crypto News is hodling VeChain, Ethereum, Polygon, up, down, sideways. Land of Broken Promises says that for them, their top 4 are Maker. So they do, if they had $1,000 there, they'd be doing 500 for Maker, 200 Solana, 200 Polkadot, and 100 Safe Moon. So a mix of very, very solid, super strong fundamentals. And then Safe Moon is much more on the high risk side. This was interesting. What was this? What did David Rosen say here? I thought this was interesting. Yeah, David said, game has reset, a stanker. Out with the old, in with the new players. All those on margin are gone. All new players in the casino and those that held. All prices cut in half. Plenty of time now to rebuild and see happen all over again. They couldn't let it go too nuts. They got what they wanted. Now we begin the many more months rebuilding, all locked together. How fun, my man Stanker. Yeah, so again, people that got wrecked, it's like greed and naivety. They're dangerous things. And again, I'm still sticking with that. We are in the bull market. We are not in the bear market. Like 2 months of everything's just tanking, but I think we're going to see things move again sometime in, maybe we've got a couple more weeks of just people freaking out and thinking we're done, and then things will start to pump again. Michael Fitzgerald says his for his hodl through hell or high water would be XRP, XLM, VeChain, and Cardano. Kevin Marin says Ethereum, Harmony, and VeChain. For the long term, Mario Android says 5 to 10 years that he'd be hodling. I personally go with Ethereum, HBAR, Cosmos, and AGI. Let's see what else we got. Dioman says Theta, Persistence, T-Fuel, VRA, which is Veracity. That's a wild card. And some of you have been mentioning Veracity. I'm definitely going to take a look at that, because Paul H also says Veracity, ADA, VeChain, Ethereum, and DOT. VRA will be the biggest multiple in 5 years, in my opinion. So a number of you here are saying VRA. Does anyone else here think that in the comments? The crypto investors is Harmony, DSLA, VeChain, and Ethereum. Solana, yeah, Martin saying, have you checked Solana? I nearly went into Solana at $12, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I just could only go into so many things, but I know it's a super solid project. Single guy for use is Solana, ADA, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So can you see like a pattern here of people like where a lot of the same tokens are coming up with super strong fundamentals? And the Poopy Boy 11 says Ethereum, Polygon, Bitcoin, and XRP. So a number of you like XRP. Got a number of you like ADA. Joanne loves Country Life, ADA, Polygon, ETC, and Telcoin. I haven't looked at Telcoin. Elizabeth Bolwit says Cosmos, HBAR, SNX, which I had some SNX. I think that's very on discount at the moment. Well, everything's on discount, but that in particular. XLM and Ethereum. She says, okay, 5. Why not 5, right? Ethereum, yeah. From Stephen Harrison. A-Flare, ADA, Ethereum, Amatic, and Vite. And you can just see, so pretty cool. I think this is, it's good to be able to just, if you have your tokens that you pick and you go into and just don't like, I'm saying don't like whatever, making fun of myself here. Going into something for just to make those immediate quick gains, it just, in my opinion, my humble opinion, the markets are too volatile now. It is too crazy. There is so much manipulation going on, and therefore, even what was possible, I feel back in January, February, it was pretty easy to make some massive gains if you timed it right. And that was even without doing leverage. I mean, I had really great gains, and you couldn't mess it up. Whereas now, it's people are getting so savvy with things. The game is getting much more complex because more and more institutions have come in. We are like pawns on the chessboard, and the pawns normally have to go out front. They normally get substituted, they get taken off the board first. And this is not an easy game. You might get a pawn that makes it to the other side of the chessboard and becomes a queen, but that is rare. And so please just be careful. In conclusion, is the bull run over? Are we in a bear market? I don't believe so. I believe that this is just a blip. What is the next best move to make? Not investment advice. I would say no move right now. Sit tight, batten down the hatches. What can we expect next? I think that, I've seen Max Kaiser say June the 1st, we're going to be at 100,000 for Bitcoin. And then the other end of the spectrum, Harry Dent go and say that we're going to have a full-on crash and crypto is going to get wiped out in the beginning of June. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's either of those. I think we're going to start to see some healthy movement again. I think everyone's going to get bullish, and things are going to start to move to the upside, and we will go through more ups and downs. But ultimately, when we get to later on this year, we're going to be in a better position than we're in now. And we just have to remember, a number of you have said here on Crypto Angel Network, to zoom out, that when you zoom out and you look, even for a few months ago, some of these losses where it's like BitBoy saying he just lost $8 million in one of his videos. And then he does go on to say in the video, it's unrealized profit. Crypto at one point had said, I lost $1 million in a trade. Yeah, unrealized profit. I went through where I've lost money now, but it was unrealized. I'm still up. I'm still in profit from what I put in a healthy way. So unfortunately, it's only people that just came into the market very, very, very recently, or they just went and leveraged themselves to the hilt. Please, if you're a US citizen, I beg you not to use a VPN. Anything that, if it seems, oh, should I be doing that? If your question is, should I be doing that? Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just be careful. Watch everything that's out there, and then come back into a space within yourself and just trust that you can make that best decision for you after you have done your due diligence. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for sharing the video, for subscribing, and I look forward to seeing your comments, and I'm sending you lots of love.